Hi everyone, this is Vanessa Sanchez, and here are my 5 digital resources and a little bit about each one. So the first resource I chose is a free resource, and the URL is right here at the top. So I would copy and paste this into a browser, or you can bookmark it, but it's pz.harvard.edu/thinking-routines. So this website is actually created by the Harvard Graduate School of Education, and it is a thinking routine toolbox. So in here, you can actually choose maybe what you would like students to do. For example, if you'd like them to dig deeper into an idea, introducing and exploring ideas. You can even narrow it down by subject, but I find most of these to be really relevant for any subject. And so let's say that I want students to introduce and explore new ideas. So you click on it, and then these are different strategies that you can use in the classroom. And so, for example, I'm going to go to this first one, 3, 2, 1 bridge, click on it. And you'll see that you can download right here, the 3, 2, 1 bridge. And it will give you an explanation of how to run this strategy, or this routine. And so you will want to have them come up with 3 words and ideas, 2 questions, 1 metaphor, simile before learning and after learning. And then this explains where you can use it, some tips, and what kind of thinking does this routine encourage. So I tend to like this resource because it gives me a lot of ideas, especially when it comes to making things a little bit simpler for us as teachers and introducing some new routines. But what I really enjoy about it are the core thinking routines. I find these to be really helpful for anything. There's one even for claim, support, and question. So the pros for this website are that there are many, many routines that could be applied to anything that you're doing, which I really like, I enjoy, and it's free, which is great. The cons, the first one is going to be that you have to, I don't know why the link to download it is right here. It seems it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like the link should probably be up here to make it easier to find. And then the other con is sometimes the explanations are a little general. So it's difficult to see how this would look in an actual classroom without somebody modeling it for you. So that's the con. I think it would help if maybe they had a video example of how to model the strategies. But that's my first resource. My second digital resource, you open up a browser and you're going to go to www.newsela.com. So you do have to sign up for an account with this one. So you would go to sign up at the top, and there's different types of products. This is a paid website. I'm not sure how much of it is free. I think it's very limited capabilities free. But if you go to log in, and I'm going to sign in with my current account that I have through Google. Okay, and so up here you can see that I already have access to ELA and social studies. So what I enjoy about Newsela is the biggest thing that I like is if you're teaching a content, you can design by grade level, by content types. When I use this the most is when there's teaching of novels, because let's say we're going to teach Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. They have book studies. So you can click the book studies, and they have many, 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 many book studies here. And what a book study is it is actually a collection of items related to that novel. So and there are different types of things. So you have an interactive video about Nelson Mandela, kind of giving you the context or the background before you start reading the novel. You also have an article here. They'll have videos, poetry, speeches, different things like that. And even if it's not related to a book and just a topic, you can type in the topic and they'll have the same thing, interactive videos, articles, and things like that. What I love about it the most is you can actually select the article. And when you pull up the article, you have the ability to assign a certain Lexile level. And if you assign this digitally and the students have access to this digitally, let's say that you start them at a 550 Lexile, Newsela will keep track and automatically recommend moving up. And so you can assign it to students, you can print, and it even has, you can add a student poll beforehand, and there's activities on the side that you can, right here, those are all the different activities that you can decide to assign to it. It has graphic organizers, and it also normally has a write key terms, discussion questions, and you can review student work, 6 connecting, a flow chart, all of this. So this has lots of great things. The pro with using Newsela is that there is a lot on here. However, that is also the con. To me, it can be a little overwhelming choosing what to do because they have so many different activities that are put in here and topics covered. So it can feel a little overwhelming trying to decide what to do. So you have to be really careful, really sure with what the student population that you're working with, and then also what exactly you want them to get from the reading. They also have, typically they have prompts on some of them as well, and I like that too. Let's see if this one has a prompt. You click it and you can see the topics covered. Oh, writing prompt. So you can see the writing prompt, and you can change it. You can keep clicking refresh, and it'll give you different prompts. So you can assign students different prompts so they don't have all the same one, and things like that. So I really like Newsela for that reason, even though it can be a little overwhelming to use. And then also the cost. It is cost prohibitive because it does need to be paid for. I'm thankful my district pays for it, but there's a cost to using this resource. So another resource that I like to use is called the Smithsonian Learning Lab. And so this was actually created by the Smithsonian Museum, and the website is https://learninglab/si/edu. So you're going to put that into the browser. And once you get into it, you do have to sign up. This is free. There's no cost. So you can sign up. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in using Google. Oh no. Sorry, I actually have a username. Okay. So now I'm logged in, and so you can discover, create, share, and learn. And so what I like about this is there's lots of different things when you go to discover. So you can find millions of Smithsonian digital images, recordings, texts, and videos in history, art, culture, and the sciences. So they have collections from all of the Smithsonian museums in here, which is amazing. And then what you can do is once you're going through and finding things you like, you can actually create or adapt a collection. And so let me see if I can show you my collections that I have. So I have unpublished collections where, let's see what I did. So here I was looking for different art pieces to compare and contrast that were showing Native American depictions. And so I was going through the Discover section and adding to this. So these are different pieces that are actually on display in some of the different Smithsonian art museums. So I really like that. This is another collection that had to do with memorials. And so you just search the lab up here, and when you find something that you like, you add it to your collection. The con to using this website is that it can be very slow. You just saw how long it took. I have been on this with high internet speed access, and it still seems to go very slow. I don't like that. That's probably the biggest con. The biggest pro is that it's free. So let's do this as an example. Is to start collection. See, again, it's very slow. Okay, is that it's free and that you can access millions of pieces, which I think is amazing. So you can, and you can also upload a resource too. If you find something you want to include in a collection, you can share the collections with students. So if you want to share a collection of art, of writings, things like that. So that is my second resource, right? Yeah, my third resource. The fourth resource, and I wasn't sure if this qualified for this assignment, but I thought I would put it in because I like it. I just used it this week, is a Kahoot. So www.kahoot.com. This one, it does have a paid for version or a free version. So when you go to the website, you either sign up for free or you log in. I'm going to log in because I already have an account. Like I said, they do have a free version. The paid version, I think, is, I want to say it's $49 for the year, for like the basic version. But what this does is it basically creates, you can create many different things, but what I use it for specifically is creating games, interactive games to play with the students. So as an example, I'm going to, let's say that we're reading The Great Gatsby as an example. I can just type in The Great Gatsby in the search bar, search. And I can either create one or I can find ones that are already here and edit them. So it's great because it's a sharing resource. There's many other teachers that also use it. And they also have courses, interactive courses. But let's say that for me, I'm trying to do a Final Gatsby review. So this one seems the best. It says here it's free. I'm gonna click on it. And you can preview the questions and the photos that go with them. And if you want, you can even make a duplicate and then revise. So you can edit, add, change. So I want you to see what it looks like when students play. So you would either ask them to join and you can project it if you have that, or you can just join them. So they would need a digital device. So that is the biggest con of this, is they do need a digital device. So we're playing this game. This is what students would see. You would let them know the code to log in. You join the game. And this is exactly what it looks like. If you have the ability to project it, I say to do that, because it's kind of a fun competitive game. So who wrote The Great Gatsby? The goal is to answer it as quick as possible. And I just got 956 points. And then you'll see that you're competing with other people. And sometimes it's even fun to participate as a game player with the students, because it's not just about getting the answer correct. It's also about speed, how quick you are to answer. So that's fun. So for Kahoot, I would say the pros are definitely that it's interactive, it's fun, and it's simple to find resources rather than having to create something. And it's just a nice way to break up the monotony of study review. The con would be that there is a cost. Even if it's $49, there's still a cost. And then the other con is that you obviously would need to have digital devices to use it. So you would either need a phone, a computer, or a tablet of some sort for the students to use it. So my final resource that I like to use is, I was trying to think of ones that didn't have, that were free, which is difficult to find. But actually, I'm going to show you two more. Is Padlet. So you go to www.padlet.com. And this is, they have a great free version, so you do not need to pay. So I'm going to log in. Obviously, the one that you pay for is going to have a lot more function, a lot more capabilities, but even the basic version is good. Let me log in, see if I can remember my login. There we go. Okay. So I don't have any recent Padlets, but what you can do is you can make a Padlet. I want to see if I could show you ones that I have shared with me, made by me. I think they just changed it, so I'm not. But anyways, basically you would go to make, and you would create a Padlet. You can create a discussion board, an activity, a lesson plan, a custom board, a rubric, map of historical. There's lots of different things that you can do. But let's just say that I'm going to create this is the AI version. Ideas for class activities. So you type in the subject. Say 9th grade English, and the topic, let's say, is rhetoric. Or no, let's say themes. Create. And then it'll give you different ideas for different lessons that you can do. The other thing you can also do is just go to the gallery and take a look at some different things to do. So we can do book report, book club, bookmarks, bookshelf, brainstorming board, how to run breakout groups. And it's just a really good resource for a lot of different things that you can do. So the final one I'm gonna show you, it is a 6th one. I like it a lot. I just didn't know if it qualified as a digital resource because for me, it's a resource that I use, but I'm very much into playing games in class. So I like to go, it's called Jeopardy Labs. So www.jeopardylabs.com. And so when you go here, and the biggest pro is obviously that it's free. Anything that is more of like a collaborative thing, I really like. And I do like that it's free. So they currently already have 5 million Jeopardy games. And you can also create a Jeopardy game, or you can edit one that they have. So let's say I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the same topic of Great Gatsby. Let's say I want to do, because I'm teaching it, and I want to do a review, something kind of fun at the end of reading it. So you can see that they have, 25 questions, there's a lot of different ones. And so you can select one. You put the number of teams that you're choosing. So let's say that I'm doing 5 teams, and start. Each team, you can give them a name down here, and Jeopardy Lab automatically keeps score. So you project, and let's say the student says Great Gatsby for $300. You're gonna go like this, and here's what they need to question. This is where Nick moves back to at the end of the novel. You can put a timer, they have so many seconds, and then you click here, reveal the correct response. And you give the points to whatever team won. So let's say team 1 had it, you click it, now they have 300 points. What I like about this is that it's very, very interactive. I have yet to play a Jeopardy game with students where they don't like it. And I've done Jeopardy games on everything from commas to a book to literary devices. So that's the best part of this, is that it's interactive, it's engaging, especially if you have students that can be somewhat competitive or loud. They tend to like the competitiveness of playing a game. The biggest con is obviously that you would need to project this somehow. So you have to have the technology to project it, or the students aren't really going to be able to see. It doesn't have the same effect if everyone's not looking at it at the same time. And then the second con, what I've run into when I use it, is it's difficult. I have buzzers, and if you don't have a buzzer that tells you who goes first, it typically is like, it's hard to find out if team 1 or team 3 raise the buzzer first. So you have to kind of figure out a way to establish what team gets the chance to ask the question and to answer it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I know I did 6 resources. I just wasn't sure if I was allowed to use game ones, but I do like to. I like to use games. I do in high school, especially. I imagine this would work well in middle school. It seems that the students really tend to like playing the games. But I hope you liked my video, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.